Okay, I know that I'm gonna be on the Discovery show here pretty soon. Ooh, palpitations, love it again. They still kind of make me jerk back a little bit every so often. And I've really exposed me and my family, hopefully for a greater cause. We'll see. I still have hope that it is, and it will play several times throughout the first part of May. But my first panic attack will be explained on there, and I believe quite a bit of detail. But I don't think I've ever explained it on here, and for my Panic Station people and YouTube. It was probably about 7 years ago, and I went through, I've had big catastrophic things happen in my life, just like some, not as bad as some, worse than others, right? I was dating my husband at the time, and I'll tell you, it was a nice summer day, getting into evening, walking downtown. We were walking to see a movie, dinner and a movie at McMiniman's pub, so we could eat and watch a movie and take a nice walk. And I started to feel a backache, like even when I'm feeling now. Because I have back spasms, and I'm like, dang it, this dang backache is not going to wreck my time. Well, we were passing a Whole Foods, and I was like, gosh, I need something for my back. Can you go in and get me something healthy for my back? Something, anything, some kind of painkiller, whatever they have in there. And I sat out, and I waited in some chairs that they have outside. And, man, I was just knelt over in pain. And he came out with whatever. And for some reason, I was really scared, and I didn't want to take it. Whatever he bought, it freaked me out. I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to try that. And I don't know why, but I didn't want to try it. I said, let's just go. I'll be okay. So I got up, and I started walking again, and boom, I was completely knelt over in pain and paralyzed and scared to death. That is when my heart started racing, the sweating, the shaking, tingles down your arms and fingers, your legs get weak, and they just like you can't take another step. Drew at the time called a taxi because I said there was something wrong with me. I don't know what is wrong. I'm dying. I feel like I'm dying. Or having a heart attack or a stroke or something. So yeah, dying. He had to carry me to the taxi, because we were, anyway, where we met the taxi at, and put me in, and we went up to the local hospital, OHSU there, and they did tests and blood work, and of course, first things first, they shot me up with a bunch of Ativan, and then they did EKGs, and they gave me, because my stomach was on fire, and the pain, it was, because I've had ulcers in the past, was outrageous. And they gave me something with like morphine and Pepto, and like a cocktail, they called it. It was pretty awesome. Anyway, and so, of course, I started feeling better. EKGs, everything was fine. And that was the first time I ever heard the word panic attack. And I was like, what is that? What are you talking about? There's something wrong with me. You better figure it out. Anyway, went home, slept off all the drugs they had given me. They had given me a prescription. And I'll tell you, I had continuing more of those. I went to the ER probably 12 times in a month, because I was in denial of, what are you talking? There's something wrong with me, and you better find it. And I kept going back, and each time I'd get lesser and lesser of a room, until pretty soon they just would sit me in probably some psych room. But they'd always shoot me up with the drugs, and I'd feel better, and the whole routine cycle went on. Started searching for doctors, and that's a whole nother story. Doctors. Sorry. Bad experiences, even from recently to when I first begun. Some doctors really truly think they know what they're doing, and they don't. And then you got some that can teach it but can't actually do it. And I guess that's why they teach, right? Isn't that the old saying, if you can't do, teach? So anyway, I am getting a phone call. Whatever. I don't know who that is. Anyway, watch, it's for a job. Crap. Anyway, I just continued on my search. Me and my husband even would go to this mall, big huge mall downtown, and I would have the weirdest feeling like I was gonna fall off the edge. Somehow, some way, I was gonna go crazy and fall off this edge of this 5-story mall. And anyway, it was constant weirdness, like going through my mind, the heart palpitation, the whole thing all the time. He married me anyway. And it's still progressively whittled away at my whole life. There was even a point where I was in my room for 6 months straight, did not leave. My room was my haven. I mean, I had a little refrigerator in there. I had a huge bedroom. We had bought our dream house. There was a hot tub right off my back deck, right out my back door from my room. And it was a huge deck. Anyway, I had everything there. I had my bathroom was huge. It had a nice spa tub as well. I truly didn't have to leave there ever. And I didn't. Drew took care of everything. He made food. He took care of the kids. He worked. I think back then, I think he was freelancing, so he worked at home in the home office. I didn't leave. He finally gradually got me going out. I remember my first trip was to the video store, and went in and walked right back out, scared to death. Went back in. I had brought a blanket with me and covered myself up with a blanket in the car. It was really bad. Anyway, I did eventually, on and off through those times, work. And I did work, and I did work well. I could put my panic off. I learned to control it that way. Still on and off going to emergency rooms, and then showing up the next day and going to work. So I'll tell you, that's my first panic attack, and I'm just a little bit of a rundown of my life. I mean, very tad bit, because of course got 5 children and on my 3rd marriage, and there's lots of life to tell you about. But that's what I'm writing in my book, of my journey, my life, and what I went through. And a lot of it, we cause ourselves. We're our own worst enemy, and then some things just simply happen to us. Bad things happen to good people all the time, and lies and deceit truly happen. And all the time, every day to people. Mine was some pretty devastating things, but I've lived to tell, and I'm going to get back my life. I find it very healing writing about it, and I find having done the show healing, doing these YouTubes, every little bit that I reach out and I try to help others has been so beneficial, just to me personally, on a personal level. So I'm going to continue on, and I hope to help many people. Alright, I'm getting to my time limit. Funny thing.